Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingWithMe.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. Today I wanted to show you something that I just finished, and I used to do these a long time ago and I got out of the habit, and I decided I've got some larger scraps that I need to do a Scrappy stacked mini album out of. And so I have made this and I wanted to show y'all how it all come together. So I'm just using an O-ring or a binder ring or whatever you want to call it. So there's all kinds of shapes and sizes of these. I've seen heart ones, but anyway, I'm using the, what is this one? It's tiny. It is like the 1 1.25-ish size, and then I've got 1.5 size, and then I've got 2-inch size. So these are very, very easy to put together, and you utilize some of your bigger scraps that you might not ever use on anything, and they're just kind of building up in your stash. And then you start adding little bits and pieces and collage bits to some of them, and it turns out into this beautiful little mini album. And you don't even have to cover the backs if you don't want to. The backs can be used to put pictures on, to journal on, to put memorabilia, movie tickets, things like that on if you want to. But I'll give you a little walkthrough of that one in just a minute. You can also use, if you have like a bind it all or a Zutter machine, I think Heidi Swap has one of these binding tools also. If you have one of those, you can also make them out of that. And I have put this one together, I just hadn't decorated it. So this one is all put together. It has a front and a back. So it's stacked inside. I've made a front cover and a back cover for this one. This one is just stacked from smallest to largest, and this one's more book-ish. So you open this one up and it's got all kinds of little things in it, and it's ready to ink and to decorate up. I love these little flapped ones like this. So just go through this one real quick with you, and it's just bigger scraps that's been sitting in my stash that I needed to do something with. And on this one, I'm going to make this part a little pocket and have a few things stuck down in there and probably clipped on the side, since this is a flip book. If I don't put enough stuff in my little pocket right there, it'll come out eventually. So I'll clip it on the edge, but I want to make that a little pocket there. And then this back piece, I didn't have a long enough piece of that same pattern paper there to make a full back cover. I'll think of what I'm trying to say in a minute. And so I pieced this together and then glued that just so that I could get two pieces that match up for front and back. So I've still got to decorate this one, but that just gives you a different option too for the stacked scrap mini albums. And so I'm going to give you a walkthrough of that one in just a second. I want to show you, I've got some scraps here already ready to put together another album like this one. These are great gifts, and it's from your scrap stash, so it didn't cost you a lot of money either. But the more you decorate it up and add places for them to put their photos and things like that, the more expensive it looks. And then at the top of my O-ring, I've just tied on some fabric scraps and trim, so it kind of gives it that little shabby chic look to it. So I really love these, and they're so easy to put together. So I have these scraps here, and then I have this that I need to do something with. I cut something out in a die machine, and I just need to do something with it. And then that is also, looks like die machine cutouts there, so I need to do something with that. Here's just plain, this is some basil cardstock, so it's like a creamy almond color. And then I've got that and that. And look at there, some more of that polka dot paper that I love so much. I found one more piece of that. And then some more wood grain here. I love that side. And they've just got punched out pieces, or they were a few pages left over from a 6x8 paper pad. So I need to do something with them. They're just going to sit in my bigger scrap stash. And so I'm going to make this into something like this. And I also have my wax seal lamp going on right here. And that is my stuff from Crispire. I need to use some of that, so I thought that I could use one of these and put me a nice little wax seal on the very front. That would be cute. I would love that. And this is one, this seal is it's like a forest with a little deer in the front. I thought that would be very cute on this, and I might use, if I can find it, a gold gel pen to kind of dazzle that up a little bit. So, at the very beginning, I have this tiny little tag here that I've just put a little label on and a word phrase, and I've left the back blank so that a little tiny picture or journaling or something can go on there. So there's your little tiny first piece of your mini album. Then on this next one, it looks kind of like a tag, but it's just a little bit bigger, so you can see it back behind the first piece that you put on. And I have a little extra, because I am a little extra, something on this one. So I have a little tiny little binder clip, and then this opens up. I just tri-fold that little piece of scrap paper, and that opens up for more journaling and such there. Or you can put some secret stuff back there if you wanted to. Okay, and then the next piece is just one of the cut aparts from a piece of paper that I had in my stash, and I put a little word phrase down the edge of it, and it's got a nice little hoot owl on the back of it. So that's more decorative. Probably nothing else could be done to that one, but you know, you need some decorative stuff every once in a while. This piece has plenty of room for journaling on it, and then I've got some elastic lace at the bottom of that one, and plenty of room for a picture or journaling or something on the back of that. And on every piece that I put in these little Scrappy stacked mini albums, I like putting things off to one side or the other to give it some more interest and character and stuff too. So like on this piece, it has some lace trim on it, and then it has this little squirrel die cut, and it's off to the side there so that you can see little bits and pieces all the way through the album when you're just looking at the front of it. And then this has lots of room for a picture or memorabilia or journaling or whatever. A wood grain piece with some fabric on the side of it and a couple of die cuts. And then I put a die cut on the back of this one also, but plenty of room both front and back for pictures or what have you. And then this nice leaf fall piece, it's all the way down to here, and I have done the die cut collaging on that one, I'm telling you. But there's room for journaling on that one, and then lots of room for whatever on the back. And then this piece was so pretty by itself. I left it as is, except on the bottom I put a butterfly and some more of that elastic ribbon trim. And then the last piece is a nice little invoice, antique looking ad or invoice there, with a collage over here with some thread back behind it. And it has plenty of room on the back for journaling or whatever. So I really like how this one come together, and I wanted to make another, and this one I want to make a little bit smaller, so maybe not as long, but maybe do it a little bit more compact. But I love these little mini albums, putting them together like this. And if putting signatures together for journals intimidates you a little bit, you're still not comfortable and to that point, this is an easy way to dive into journal making and mini album making, and it's very, very, very easy. Now you'll notice on most of these I have the little reinforced tab at the top, and that is just made with a 5/8 inch circle punch. So if you've got a circle punch that's even close to that diameter, that will work, and just get you a piece of scrap craft cardstock from your stash somewhere, and when you start putting it together, you'll just use that little punch on your little piece of craft paper. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and we're going to get started. Now, the easiest way to start out doing this is if you have some Project Life cards, you can easily make one of these journals. And you can add, you know, when it's on an O-ring, so you can add as many pages as you want. Or if you make it, you get to the end of it and you think, oh, that one piece that I put in there is not, I don't like that. You can easily take it off and nobody knows the wiser. In a signature of a journal, once it's in there, it's pretty much in there. So these give you a little bit of an option so that you can take out something maybe that you don't like, or if somebody comes over and they see your little album, they're like, oh, this is so pretty, I love this page that's in here. If you're not, you know, just completely in love with it, you can give it to them as a little gift. But these would be so easy to make a little envelope or something and mail these. Snail mail, that would be so cute. Very cute little gifts. So I'm just cutting apart the little cut aparts that were on this one page, and I think those would be very cute added to one of these mini albums. So this one will be a little more pinky and not all brown and blue like this one, and that's quite all right. You can do whatever you would like in these little albums. But I am wanting to make this one a little bit shorter. Don't go so long with my back piece. I really love this paper. And so we've got a nice maroon on the back that could be used putting memorabilia on or whatever. And let's make this, let's not make any of our pieces any longer than 6 inches. So that's going to be one of our longest pieces. So that one is 3 inches by 6 inches. We can hold this off into our little scrap pile that we got, our little tiny scrap bowl. If you've watched any of my videos for long enough, you know I have an overflowing scrap bowl. Let's do this one at about 3.5, and then let's do it at 5. So that one's going to be a little bit shorter than this one, but a little wider too. So, you know, you could do it like that, have that showing back behind it. I love that. Maybe this piece up here up top, I like that too. So let's get this pink piece. Let's cut it here to get that die cut piece off of there. And I'm not going to use that die cut piece at all on anything, so I might as well cut that off and toss it. And then I've got this piece here. I'm thinking maybe I can use this folded. We'll see how that works. That's not even. On a ring one, I know that I can use that just like that on the Zutter one, but oh, that's still not even. Anyway, we'll try that maybe on this one. And then let's cut this wood grain off here. And I love that. That's some pretty paper. Let's do a 2-inch piece of that one. And then how tall is this one? It's a little too tall, so let's go to 4 inches on it. And we'll add that somewhere in there. I like that. I like that color. Then we've got our plain brown or almond color. And this one is, okay, I think I can handle that width. Let's go to 4 inches on it. And that one can go in the back somewhere. And then I have this. I'm thinking, I really love this. I mean, I love all of this on here. But let's cut out those cherries that are on there. And we can use that square in it. That's cute. I like that. Everything that you put into one of these mini albums does not have to match. That's another great thing about using this. I'm going to use this elsewhere, but I did want to get these hexagons in there. Let's see how long this is. So let's do this one. Let's cut just a little bit off so it's not our longest piece. You can add that maybe to the back there. And then my beloved polka dots, and I'm going to do a little skinny strip of it, and let's cut it off right at 6. We can have a longer one of it, but not longer than anything else in there. And we can add that one somewhere like that. And then this wood grain, I really love this side. So let's go about yay wide and about 5 long. Okay. And we can add that one back behind here somewhere. So say we've got a little shorter one on over here, and let's do, that one's 3 inches. Let's do 2.5 on this pink. We might use this little piece too. I'll keep it on this side. And let's go to about 5 1/4 on that one, and add that like so. Well, like that. All right, we might have enough here that we don't have to cut any more pieces. Cute. I think I'm going to cut this in a banner shape, so we'd have just a little extra something. So that is the essential, that's essentially what I did with this mini album, is I just cut a bunch of pieces of bigger scrap and just made smaller to larger. And I want a little smaller tag like shape on the top, and I really like that blue to kind of bring out this blue that's here. See, I've got a little bit of blue that's there, so it all kind of ties together. So let's cut this one. Get those numbers off of there. I might can use the numbers elsewhere one day, because you know it's just going to go into my little scrap bowl. I'm not going to I am not going to throw it away. And our lights went out over here. I thought I saw that go out. A little 3-inch piece here. Oh yeah, and then cut it into a tag shape. That'll be cute. Okay, so I think I'm done adding pieces. So now I need to figure out what shape I want the pieces in. So I'm going to round some corners, and I'm going to cut a tag corner on this one pretty deep because I just love that shape. That is cute. All right, and then this one I'm going to do the barely rounded edges all the way around on that one. Okay, and then as I am doing my little shapes, I'm turning it upside down in the order that it's going to go in there. Okay, this one I think I'm just going to heavy round the bottom of that one. Okay, this one I'm going to do the barely round on it. Cute. I love that little card. And see, there's plenty of room on the back to journal and stuff. Okay, this one, banner shape. That's what I said I was going to do with that one. And let's find where I have buried my scissors. There they are. So I'm going to, I don't want to go up too far because I want this one to hang down pretty good. And like that. Oh yeah, that's good. I'll leave that one just like that. And then for this pink one, I'm thinking let's go a little different and do a tag corner on all 4 sides. I like that. It kind of looks like a little label. Yep. I like how that looks. After we get done with all the little shapes that we want our pieces to be in, then we're going to put our holes in and do our little reinforced part here. So this one, I think, just a nice big rounded edge on the bottom. Leave the top as is. This one, I think I want to do a tag shape at the top of it and then barely round the bottom. That's cute. Okay, and then this one needs something, and we're going to tear down that one edge. I didn't have anything torn on that one, so this will be a little something different. I like that. Yep. Now let's do a barely round. Oh, this is not the round one. This is the tag one. That works too. I like that. A little different. Okay, the bird one. Let's do a heavy round on it on all 4. Okay, that nice green, that would be some pretty journaling or some nice pictures to put on the back of that one. And then on this one, let's go middle of the road round just on the bottom. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do, oh, this one's going to be cute. I can already tell just by looking at all the different shapes that we've got going on. So now we're going to do, let's count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11, so we need to make 11 of these. And then while they're sitting here, I'm going to ink all of them. And then go through all of the pieces of your mini album. And if you want to do the inking, go ahead and do all of your inking front and back of each piece. and then just kind of lay it off to the side so that you know how your order is, how you've put all that together. I'm decided that I want one more piece, probably just because of my small amount of OCD that I have. Since it was 11, I want an even number. So there's another piece for that. I will use this. I'm going to leave it as is as far as the shape. And then I'll probably cover up this part over here somehow. But this will be a nice little journaling card added to our stack. Our little Scrappy stack. So here is that one all inked front and back. I'm going to add it here. And then I'll add this honeycomb one to the very back, and then flip it over. I just love how it's already looking, y'all. So cute. All right, now I am going to add my little reinforced hole circles here for the hole that will eventually be the O-ring. Now, this is, you can do this however you would like. You can make them a little lower if you want to, or just go right up to the very tip top, however you want to do it. As far as punching the holes, I have found that if you will get a binder clip of some kind, get everything together like you want it first. This is the easiest way to do this. Wait for these, for me anyway. Just wait on doing these right now. Okay? You're going to get these centered up and how you want them lined up first. Okay? And then you're going to clip them together with a binder clip. So that's going to help you keep them together. And then if it's not too thick, you'll be able to add in all of it to your hole punch and punch through the whole thing. Now, if you think this is going to be a little too thick, or like this one is very thin, so I think I will do these first, and I'm just going to do the small hole on this one side of my crocodile and get out that ick that's in there so that I can actually see what I'm punching. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to do my hole right here. And you say, oh, Melina, you're already doing the hole and you hadn't done the reinforced thing. I promise you it's going to work out. Just keep watching. It'll be fine. Okay, and then I'm going to stack this one. So I've already got all of those punched. I'm going to stack this one, figure out where center is, and I'm going to get my little pencil and do that. Now, whichever way works best for you as far as getting your holes punched, you go for it. You do what helps you and what's easiest for you. And then that way, that's going to line up, and then nothing is going to be up above here, because you want all of this to be even Stevens at the top. Okay, so you can line this up and see that the hole goes all the way through. All right, so then for the next piece you can do the same thing, just to make sure that nothing gets punched and it's going to be up above anything else. Just line up that piece that was right in front of it, do your little pencil mark, lay those off to the side. I know I'm at the very bottom of the screen, I apologize. And then you've got your little pencil mark there, and it might not be in the very center of whatever it is that's next. That's quite all right. Don't worry about that. If I worried about things not being in center all the time, I would never make a video for you. Just saying. Okay, there's this one is a little harder to see because it's dark cardstock, but we'll get it done. Okay, this one, oh, look at there. I punched it on the bottom side of that one. Oh well, it'll be fine. I'll just cover that piece up. My 63's upside down. It's fine. It's fine. It'll work out. Okay, and then I'm going to center this one up on my next one. And do my little pencil mark. And then flip that back over, Melina, so you don't mess anything up. Assembly is what takes the longest on this, so if it takes you a little bit longer, don't worry, you're not messing up. That is what takes the longest, is assembly. Okay, I'm going to center that one up where I want it. I would love for some of that torn edge to show. Okay, and then my little birdies. Make my little hole there, or a little mark there, so I know. And just barely clip off his beak. Okay, and then my latest addition. Make a little pencil mark. Punch that one. And then one more to grow on and we're good. Okay. Center that one up. Pencil mark. And punch the hole. Okay, so now we've got all of those done. And you say, oh, but wait, now you got to put on all of those and make the hole again. Watch. Okay, so all of these I'm going to stack up. Okay. Stack, stack, stack. Get them all kind of centered. Now, I think it was like 9 or 10 when I did that one. So 12 might not fit back there. If it doesn't, that's fine. We'll half them up. But I'm going to hold them together. Yep, they're not all going to fit. So I'll do half and half. Just getting them all round like that. And then I'll do a little, hey, this looks like about the middle pencil mark so that I know where to punch it. So see, that's even off a little bit, so I'll come down just a touch. And I've got to look really hard, so I apologize if my head is in the shot. So there's the hole for all of those, and look, that is totally not in the center, but I'm okay with that. I'm not going to worry about it at all. So you'll see how these go on. You won't have to worry about it either. Okay, so I'm going to try to make a center mark. That one looks a lot better as far as in the center anyway. And then I need to find it. It's dark down there, y'all. Alright. There is those all punched. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put everything on my ring. So, back to front, everything goes on. And then I'll show you how I get those reinforced circles on everything and right where they need to be. And I don't have to match up any circles along the way and get all frustrated. It all works out. So here we go. Everything gets stacked on the ring. Like so. Okay, look at that. How nice and flush everything is on the top. That's so lovely. I just love that. Now, we're going to put on our reinforced circles and we're going to get our glue. I'm using Barely Arts glue in a Sugar Bell bottle. I'm just going to put just a little bit, and we're going to go over the binder ring and then onto our little tag, just like that. So now that one is ready. Then we're going to go to the next one. I'm not putting these on the back sides of them, just on the fronts. And just put glue around your little circle and then put it on your ring, just like you were adding another piece to your ring, and then get it added on to your next piece, just like that. So I'm going to go through and get those done. Well, that one doesn't want to come off the ring. Once they get on the ring, they don't want to come off. Okay, so there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to flip this over, push that in really good, flip that over, and then go to the next one. Okay, so there is general assembly of the little mini Scrappy stacked album. I just love that. And then for this part, I just did a bunch of little strips of fabric. I have this amazing seamstress, local friend that is a seamstress, that gave me a big old pile of fabric scraps, and I just love them. Miss Tammy, if you're watching, thank you so much. These are amazing scraps, fabric scraps. She makes some of the cutest stuff, y'all. Let's see. I don't know that that one would be long enough, but it sure would go with it if I could get it to work. Let's do just a little thin piece, maybe. Maybe we can get it to go on there. I think that'll work. And then let's do one more, and then we can do a piece of lace, and we can do a piece of, let's see, some kind of trim of some kind. Ooh, I like that one. It's wild and crazy, and I love it. And it's kind of like a almost kind of terry cloth feeling, but if I do a thin enough strip, see, you're really just seeing the colors of it. I love that. Let's do a little piece of lace of some kind there, and then we can do the orange is too much for that, I think, but this would work. Let's do a long piece of that. There we go. So I just cut these strips, and then I tie double knots around the O-ring or the binder ring, whatever you're using. So that's how I accomplished that shabby chic look there. Then you just start, of course I wouldn't put this on before you start decorating everything, because you're going to need to get at that really good to decorate and stuff. So I wouldn't put this on until the very end, but I wanted to show y'all how I cut my strips and added them there. I need to get this going again, and I want to go ahead and do a wax seal on the front of this one. Now you can take the things off of the O-ring and decorate, but I find it easier if I keep everything on the O-ring, because when I start to decorate it, if it's not already on my binder ring, I don't know how it's going to look back behind something else. So if I wouldn't have had this piece on the ring, I wouldn't have known where to really place that squirrel so that he could be seen at the very front of the album. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I like to decorate while it's on the ring like that. But that gives you a general idea of how I decorate and put together my Scrappy stacked mini albums. And they are, guys, they're great as gifts. So y'all need to make a few of these and get rid of all those scraps that you're never going to use anyways, that just been sitting in your scrap stash for years and years and years, and you're not going to use them. So might as well get rid of them and use them like this. Great, great gift. And great to keep for yourself, or, you know, the holidays are coming up. If you've got a lot of Christmas scraps, you could do little Christmas albums like this. That would be so cute. So I'm going to go through and decorate this one. It'll take me a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and decorate it off camera. I'll come back and show you the finished product of this with these tied on to the top, and then I'll give you some still shots of both albums at the end. All right, so here's this one done as far as I'm concerned. You can decorate these up as much or as little as you would like. Every page does not have to be all collaged up. You can make it like you want to. It is your creation, remember? So I always say, do what you like to do. On this little piece of baker's twine that I'm putting on the ring, I'm going to do a little bow on there. It was so long I could do a little bit extra with it than just tying it in a knot. Ooh, I really like the shabby chic look of that. That is cute. So, so cute. Alright, so here is the flip through of this one. Let me close up my ink while I'm showing y'all that. So this one had a little trouble with that wax to do that. I shouldn't have put the little transparent ones in with the pastels, but I still like how it turned out, and I put a little bit of glamour paste back behind that, so gave it just a little bit of different something, but that little transparent piece wasn't melted all the way, so now I got a little bitty, looks like a little hoof there on the side of that one. I'm okay with it, whatever. And then I did a little bit of splattering, and then on this one just put a little ticket on the edge with a tiny piece of lace there. This one, another ticket with a little button die cut. And then this one, I've got a little cluster here, and then I've got a tab on that side. My lighting is wanting to white everything out. And then on that banner strip, I just put one little die cut on it. That is a beautiful die cut on that one. It's got some foil, gold foil on it. This one has got a little cluster of stuff, some book page and 2 die cuts on that. I love that. That's probably my favorite piece out of the whole scrap pile. Live, create, tell the story with an old typewriter and a little button die cut. But this one's cute too. That little torn almond color paper. Just put a little sold ticket with some of that same baker's twine that's on the circle, the ring, and then one of Miss Betty Renfro's beautiful butterflies. This one I kept simple because I love that paper, and just put a tab on the edge. It says life is good. This one, there's lots of journaling space on that one, so I didn't want to take up too much of that one, so I made a little cluster and covered up that word that was already on there, and then put one of my I just did those. They're my own number labels. Put one of those on there and a little flower. I don't ever get to use paper flowers anymore, and I thought that was cute. And then this one is the most whimsical and crazy of the whole thing. It's kind of like Art Deco retro on the back with a frame that I would have never used anywhere else. And a little seahorse and a little ticket, and then a little flower die cut. I love how this one come together, and I love all the little things jutting out on all the sides. Like this one has that tab and it says it's all perspective. I love that. But this one does have some pinks in it, lots of pinks in it, where this one really didn't have that many pinks in it, but it still had a few little things, and it's got a little bit more trim on it. But I love these. Now these are like really junky, and I guess that's another reason why I love them so much. I love the junkiness to them, but I love that we were able to use up a bunch of our scraps on these, and scraps that you probably were never going to use anyway, so why not use them in a beautiful little Scrappy stacked mini album. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. If you make these, please use a hashtag Melina Pylant or tag me, me Crafty Scrapper, in your creation, whether it be video or still shot that you share on social media. tag me so that I can see them, because I would love to see your creations too. Y'all have a great day. Hope you've enjoyed this. Leave me a comment and some love. Give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber here, please do so. I would be honored for you to be a subscriber here at Me Crafty Scrapper. Y'all have a great day. Love ya. God bless. Bye, y'all.